Hey USF, welcome to another episode of JavaTalk. I'm your host Thomas Marshall, and today we have here USF's current athletic director, Mr. Jon Hart. Mr. Jon, how you doing?
I'm doing good.
Appreciate you joining us.
I'm doing good, Thomas. Thanks for having me, man.
Man, it's a pleasure to have you here, man. So, talking to USF, congratulations, by the way. You just completed your whole full year at USF as the athletic director. I know you was hired around October, November before you started, but you became effective January of last year as well. How's everything been going for you?
It's been great. It's been great. The year's flown by, but just a phenomenal group of coaches, great student athletes, awesome faculty and staff to work with, and some awesome community members. So it's been a great year.
Perfect. That's great. How's everybody been treating you? Is anybody getting a feel for you? Has anybody been able to identify who you are just yet?
Yeah, I mean, everybody's been awesome. Everybody's been great. Nobody's scared me away yet.
Okay,
you know?
there we go. That's
so
right.
it's
That's what we
been,
want to know. That's what
yeah,
we
like
hear.
I said, it's been a great group to work with. You know, everybody's been super welcoming. A lot of similarities to my last place, Dakota Wesleyan, where you know, everybody's taking good care of me, man.
Yeah, man. USF is a good place for that. It's a great committee. It's a small community, but family is. Family travel is real big here as well, and I can only imagine how it was for you at DWU. You was the athletic director over there as well.
I was,
right?
yes, for 8 years.
8 years. Talk about a little bit about your time at DWU and everything when it transpired upcoming to get the USF job.
Yeah, well, I was a Dakota Wesleyan graduate. You know, I'm originally from Alexandria, South Dakota, so not too far away from Mitchell, South Dakota, where Dakota Wesleyan is. But again, there for 8 years, quite a bit longer than that, actually, if you count my time as assistant AD. I was assistant AD for 4 years there too, but did a lot of really cool things and worked with a great group of coaches and a great group of kids there as well. And we accomplished a lot. You know, we had a really good bunch of years of fundraising, made a lot of great strides in facilities, won some championships, some national championships. So it was a really good experience, man, and one that was really special to me because that was my alma mater, right? And getting to. And
you played baseball down there as well.
I did. I played baseball and football there, and it was just an awesome experience to be able to give back to a place that gave so much to me during my time as a student. Man,
I can relate to that at so many levels, man. And you being a product of that environment, it was like, this is where I'm supposed to be. Right. I don't think there's any better feeling than having that feeling coming into you, and then you're so passionate of what you do. And might I add, you helped raise over $900,000 as your whole tenure there. That's amazing.
Yeah, we were raising some good chunks of money annually. Anywhere from that $700,000 to $900,000 a year. And we did some really good things from a facility perspective too. We raised anywhere from 12 to 15 million, and that was phenomenal. That campus has really transformed in a short amount of time.
That's a blessing, honestly. Man. Just to witness that and have your hand in that as well. And obviously you was recognizing USF was like, yo, we got to get this guy here. And it's definitely a pleasure having you here on campus as well. And since you're a baseball guy, I know recently USF's baseball team just recently took a trip to Hawaii.
It did.
How did that all come about? Whose idea was that? How did that transpire?
Yeah. Well, that was Coach Heeb completely. They kind of had those plans
Great
in the
guy,
works.
by the way.
Great dude.
Great guy, by the way,
Yeah, they had those plans pretty much in the works prior to my arrival. That's a significant amount of fundraising that has to take place in order for that event to happen and that trip to happen. And those guys had built their fundraising account up in order to make that trip work. Taking 50 guys to Hawaii is not always easy.
Man, that's big. It had to be a big deal,
It was a big deal for them. It was a big deal, and it was a great experience for them. So we were happy to support that and make that happen, in a short amount of time. But those guys did a lot of great work. They're involved all the time on campus and off. They do a ton of work for us. If we didn't have our baseball teams, there'd be a lot of games and stuff that would be pretty difficult to make happen. So really proud of those guys and what they do, and that was a pretty cool experience for them this year.
Man, what a way to have your foot and your fingerprint in USF history.
Yeah.
I don't think that's ever been done before.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they've taken a trip to Hawaii or not.
Yeah, but since I know DWU was NAIA, we used to be in NAIA here as well, but now everything's Division II. So, like I said, that's a great way to keep your finger. Something for everybody to remember you by as well. Like, who was that athletic director? How did it happen? How did that come about? So just to wrap things up, man, one final question. Why USF? And also, for future recruits that's thinking about coming to USF, why would this be a great place to to call home? Why would they lay their heads here and stuff like that?
Yeah, well, from personal experience, Thomas, like, I always felt like it was going to be a lot to take me away from Dakota Wesleyan since it was where I went to school.
It's comfortable.
Yeah, it was super comfortable where I went to school. And so, going through the interview process here and visiting with Dr. Bradfield and leadership.
Great guy, by the way.
Yeah, it just really checked a lot of boxes that I was looking for. It also helped that my wife was working in Sioux Falls, so she'd been commuting, back and forth from Mitchell to Sioux Falls.
It's all making sense now.
Yeah, and she's got a great job. I think what she considers to be a dream job here, and so we just felt like it was a matter of time before we tried to get over here.
Right.
And when this job came about, again, why USF? It checked a ton of boxes for me. The faith aspect of it, the values of USF,
That's
and
number
then
one, for sure.
ultimately the people. When I got here and went through the process, started to meet some of the coaches and the student athletes, I just felt like it was the right fit.
Yeah.
And it was a lot of similarities to Dakota Wesleyan, which certainly helped. So that's one thing that I always tell families and prospective students is what separates us from others. It's the people we have working here. Faculty, staff, coaches.
The important things,
It's an amazing group of people. And then being in Sioux Falls, ton to sell there, right?
Definitely.
I
biggest
think
city in the region, arguably.
Yeah, and I think there's a ton of growth in Sioux Falls, which ultimately, hopefully, helps the university continue to grow as well.
Okay.
And we got some big time goals in front of us too. What I mean? Whether that's from facilities perspective or growing our programs and competing at the highest level and one of the best conferences in the country.
Thanks.
So I think that this is a great place to be. And there's a lot of craziness happening at the Division I level right now. But I think at the Division II level things are super stable. And so there's a lot of good things to sell when it comes to the recruiting aspect of it, and our faculty are doing a great job with our academic programs. We certainly have a lot to sell when it comes to working with prospective students and families.
Definitely, man. I appreciate your time as well. And the trajectory, I meant to mention the trajectory of USF is going. Is fitting right what you were just talking about too as well. Ever since I've been here. Just about to run out of time, but man, again, it's a pleasure having you here. If it's up to the our media crew as well, we can make this an annual thing. If you'd like, just keep us giving us updates, talking to the recruits, future recruits, even guys that's just passing by here, man. It's just figure out why USF, and I just think you gave them the best explanation for that as well, man. Again,
appreciate
you having your time, man. I know you're a busy guy. It's another episode of JavaTalk. I'm your host, Thomas Marshall. Thank you for joining us.